Hello again. One of the things which I adore about politicians is their ability to tell cold-blooded lies and then not to apologise afterwards or even admit that they have been lying. I mentioned earlier today Boris Johnson claiming that he was horrified at the idea of closing down schools during COVID and that he always thought it was, as he described it the other day, a nightmare idea. No blushing or stuttering, just a smooth and urbane stream of lies. Our Foreign Secretary has the same ability. On October the 9th, less than a fortnight ago, Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper said that Britain had no plans to send troops to Gaza. This was in connection with patrolling borders and enforcing the ceasefire there. Some of us were very glad to hear this, because what with having our troops in Estonia and the RAF patrolling the skies over Poland and so on, we do seem to be a little keen on using our forces in the service of other countries. It now emerges that we already have troops in Gaza, although we are assured now that it's only a small number. In other words, when Yvette Cooper said that there were no plans to send any troops to that part of the world, she knew perfectly well that she was lying her head off. As I say, it is the beautifully nonchalant way that our politicians lie which I so admire. Most of us, of course, tell falsehoods. I do myself. But whenever I know that I am lying, I tend to get a little uncomfortable and I have certain tells, little subconscious gestures or tricks of speech which reveal what I am doing. I honestly don't think that the average politician, certainly not in this country, has the same kind of mental apparatus as normal people. We lie and are aware that we are doing it, feeling awkward, embarrassed or ashamed about the matter. I don't think that Yvette Cooper, Keir Starmer or Boris Johnson even fully realise that they are telling lies. I think perhaps that some weird mental process takes place whereby they manage to avoid feeling any of the normal emotions associated with lying. They are able to lie not only with impunity to external consequences, in that they are seldom called to account for doing so, but also without the psychological burdens which lying imposes upon the rest of us. Hand on heart, when Boris Johnson was lying his head off to the COVID inquiry the other day and claiming that he was opposed to closing schools during the lockdown, do any of you seriously imagine that he felt any guilt or even uneasiness about relating such a huge and obvious lie in public? I don't think he did for a moment. Of course, we currently have a Prime Minister who is at least as great a cheap liar and deceiver as Boris Johnson, and there too I observe him lying with a straight face and not even really knowing that he is lying. Either this ability to lie so marvellously is something one picks up after being a member of Parliament for a few years, or many of those who go into Parliament are sociopaths who lack any morality and are so used to telling lies that they fit in naturally to the political world. I am not sure which of these two possibilities is worse.